Yep.
You know, he said he feels like he can get more accomplished by imparting than sitting down and actually showing you something.
Yep.
My mind was totally flipped. I was like, no, I need to practically learn something. You know what I'm saying?
All the way.
So now I see what he was doing, and I see its value and its worth. But I also see the value and worth in practicality.
Yeah.
You know, and I think there's definitely two sides to it. You know, because
Yeah.
there are definitely things like we were talking about earlier in the spiritual and the anointing, and
Sure.
yes, that is absolutely 100% true and real. But there's also 100% true and real practical side too. And so, you know what I'm saying? I'm also trying to help that along too, because
Yep.
you know, I really, you know, God uses us. You know, He created us the way we're created for a reason. And, you know, sometimes we tend to vote out what we're actually capable of doing.
Yeah.
And that's not good because, you know, yes, I believe the Spirit of God draws out things out of us. But, you know, people don't realize that our brain, you know, we pick up things. Our brain is subconscious. Everything we look at, we know what it is, but we don't know what it is. It's kind of hidden in there.
Yep.
So, you know, I believe our brain works like that with music too. And I believe sometimes you see things, you hear things, you learn things. And sometimes the Spirit of God will just draw it out in a moment, you know? And you're just like, man, that was all spiritual. Yeah, it was spiritual, but it could have been inside of you too. You know what I'm saying?
That too.
And so that's why, you know, I don't ever vote the practical practice and the practical
I mean,
to dig out
like
chords.
saying, well, okay, we're not going to have rehearsals anymore.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not. But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I actually, I just seen a recent thing with Fred Hammond. And,
Oh, okay.
And he, you know, he was talking for a few minutes, and he's like, you know, he's saying, I'm not saying that you know, you got to make sure you're singing on key and everything like that. But he's like, but worship is a time when I do get in that mode, and we get in, you really feel God's presence during the concert or whatever, then you kind of just, he said he like just directs traffic.
Yes.
You know, and that's what he feels to do, like, because it's, God is doing most of it, he's just kind of helping, you know, a little bit, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, keys are important, most definitely.
When I was coming on board, it was hard for him to show me anything because he was just literally, how do you say it? When you come across like artists, like musicians, like they're not teachers because they can't teach. They're terrible teachers actually.
Yeah.
You know? So when you come across those people, you're just like, you know, they can do the best they can for you, but for the most part, they're just like, you're going to have to listen and pick up.
Yep.
And so, you know, he was sort of on that level where I was just starting to begin.
Yes.
You know, piano teachers are trained to teach you.
Yes.
And so it was hard for me to get on his level. And so after years, learning stuff on my own, I mean, I want to say months of YouTube.
Yes.
YouTube, I watched YouTube like a hawk.
Oh, wow.
I learned different movements, different chord variations.
Yep.
And so when he started to play again, I was like, oh my gosh, I understand what he's doing now.
Okay.
And before I didn't get it. For the longest time, what was the song that we used to play all the Jesus, 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 there's just something about that name. Those little movements, I'm just like, what God's name are you doing? But over time, when he started to play, I used to play the song so wrong every time. But it didn't bug him because I was playing the right bass notes at least. But when he would play, like the fragrance, like I would play a minor here, like the fragrance after the rain, and that, you know, it works.
Yeah.
But he does fragrance, you know, stuff like that.
Yep.
After the rain. No, go minor. Rain. You know, these little chords here, sorry, finger slipped. Jesus, 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 let our heaven and earth proclaim. And then kings. Oh, dude, this chord right here. And I'm just like, when he did that, I was like, what are you doing? Because I would play it like, King of Kings, we'll all pass away, but
all my ducks in a row.
But King of Kings, you know what I'm saying? He'll do stuff like that.